All right, how come I don't have my thing shot? And listen, we are live.
But you know this shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pendergast podcast. This is not any podcast. This is a unique podcast. I'm sitting down with Michael Correa. We have breaking news we're going to get to here in just a moment. First, I got to say this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today. So yeah, Michael, it's good to see you, brother, man.
Bro, I got all dressed up for this one. We got big news.
Big news. Got to make it happen. I know I'm super excited. I've been getting a lot of text messages about what the news is. Of course, I said you guys got to tune in and watch it live, right?
Yeah, man. It's all about making sure the social media gets their little tidbits here and there, but you got to join the show. You got to watch the show.
You gotta watch the show, man. So it's been a while since me and you actually sat down and talked. I've been busy. I know you've been busy. So what's been going on with you, man?
Dude, man,
Since the last time?
2024 has been a fantastic SFLMiniGP year. We just finished it a couple weeks ago. Lots of new riders, lots of new faces, tons of more memories made. Lots of riders being successful out in Moto America and Racing Weir and CCS and abroad. So it's been another really strong, successful year for MiniGP and everybody associated with it. So I thought it was nothing but appropriate to give the show, the podcast, the man that always shouts us out as much as possible, the avenue and the venue to share the amazing news that we're going to share. I promise to keep it short because you've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got a lot of stuff to do. And actually, to be honest with you, it kind of seems fitting that today, November 15th, we make this announcement because it's National Philanthropy Day. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but 2024 has been a fantastic season. A lot of progression, a lot of new riders, a lot of new students, a lot of new faces, new families, new friends, and it's another great year, another great year. And let's start the podcast off. 2025 is going to be our 10th season. Let me say that again, 10 season. Okay, we're entering into 10 years of growing these seeds, these kids, these families, these riders into what they're becoming to. And we're between the last 2 years or so, from Avery winning the Moto America Junior Cup to having 9 riders in Moto America in 2024 to more riders entering now in 2025. We're starting to see the riders come through. We're starting to see the progression. We're starting to see the knees buckle and the people quiver and the goosebumps showing up at the racetracks when a MiniGP kid shows up. So, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, is this where I would have been? I would have been like, hell yeah. I don't do anything soft, baby. I don't do anything soft. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big. And when we get to the meat and potatoes of this podcast, you guys are going to understand exactly how committed, how determined, and how focused I am to make us it. Because at the end of the day, we are it, we are them, we are they. And if you want to be it, you need to be here.
Listen, I couldn't have said it better myself. I love you guys, and what you guys do is I tell everybody every freaking podcast. It's SFLMiniGP. I'm always shouting out Juju, of course, and I tell everybody, man, SFLMiniGP is the best thing we have in America for raising our future talent. I mean, look at the Moto America grid, just like what you said, right? Plus all the talent filtering behind them. It's all coming from you guys. It's
absolutely
the best platform, and yeah, it's I can't give you guys enough prop of what you do.
Honestly, we don't hide the chemistry, we don't hide the science, we don't hide the platform that works, right? Everything's there on the internet. I'm easily accessible. Nothing stops anyone from reaching out to me and saying, hey, how do I make a successful program? Because this country's massive. It's a big country, and driving from Florida to LA, it's a 2-day drive. No one wants to make that drive, dude. Nobody does. But if you can set up a MiniGP in LA, a MiniGP in Washington, a MiniGP in Utah, a MiniGP in Texas, a MiniGP in all these places, guess what? Everybody's on the same platform. Everybody's growing the same. I mean, at that point, we can only go up. And I'm not taking away from any of the other mini organizations out there. Ohio and Texas and California has a bunch of them. I'm not taking away from any of them. It's just at the end of the day, we have a science, we have a program, We have a method, and clearly the method works. And big shout out to John Hopkins, man. He has purchased Apex Kart Center. He has purchased Ovala USA. He is doing what he can with his connections that no one's more connected in the GP paddock than that gentleman is. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what he's building. I'm excited for what he's putting together. I'm excited for the academy that's going to show up in California here in the next couple of years. He's got a great, backer and helper in him and Mr. Dill. And Jay Still just had a fantastic weekend up in Barcelona. Did really, really well in the FIM Nationals. So big out in California on the West Coast. John Hopkins is stepping up and putting his money where his mouth is. And we are about to do the same exact thing on this coast.
Listen, it's truly amazing, and I can't say it enough. The platform that you have created and the talent that's coming out of there, and not only that, how easy it is. Like I tell everybody, you just sign up. You don't need anything else. You just show up. The bike's there, the leather's there, the boots, the helmet, the whole nine. Just show up, right? So it's
absolutely. I mean, my partners Ryan and Nathan up north in New Jersey. They've been running since 2008. We've been running since 2018. We're entering our 10th season. They're entering their 17th, 18th season. I mean, there's a reason we're able to go this long. There's a reason why the grids keep growing. There's a reason why riders keep coming out of the program. It's because we have the formula. And at the end of the day, it's a no excuse formula. I don't care what excuse you give me. I have a solution for you. And at the end of the day, it's whether or not you want to try it, right? I'll take you to water. I can't force you to drink. So I've got everything you need. You just need to come out and have some fun. And now, as we get, again, to the meat and potatoes of this podcast, I'm going to give a lot of you a lot of things to think about and a lot more options. How many viewers we got? We ready to get this thing going? How many viewers
we got 10 so far.
All right, sweet. 10's a good number. I like 10.
All right.
Let's start with the easy stuff, right? So for 2025, we have upgraded our timing system. So we are no longer going to be working off of an RFID marathon system. We are moving up to a MyLapse timing system. So that is now going to provide our live timing. It's going to provide you guys immediate feedback on what's going on the track. And it's going to give you guys your results at the end of the weekend. No long waiting for me to manually input it and stick it somewhere for you guys to be able to see what's going on. It's going to be all organized on your apps through the MyLapse system. So you've got between now and February to get yourself a MyLapse transponder. Go online, order your transponder, get your subscription. We're only going to have about 15 to 20 of them on site for those one-off racers that want to come down and try out with us. We're only going to have a handful of them. So I'm counting on 90% of our paddock to go out, get their MyLapse transponders, get subscribed, get set up. So when you show up to the racetrack, all we got to do is put your transponder in the system, and now you're going to have all your information right there live. So that's a huge upgrade for our organization. It's taken a minute, it's taken a bit. The system's not cheap, but we've been able to figure out how to make it happen. And now moving into 2025, our live timing will be live on the, I forget what it's called. The apps are Race Monitor and Speed Hive. So you'll be able to watch our live timing on Race Monitor and Speed Hive live through the MyLapse timing system. So big thing there. And that also frees me up, right? So now I no longer need to do timing. We're going to have an official timekeeper that I'm going to keep sacred up in the timing towers. No one's going to be able to go out there and hound them. I'll be available to walk through the paddocks. I'll be available to be on the track, do coaching myself, help our students, help our kids, help our riders. It's going to free up a lot of time for me. At our last event, whether people noticed or not, we had Honda North America President Yishi and his marketing VP at the racetrack. They were there. Big thanks to CJR Performance, Cam Jones and his dad for putting that connection together. But it was a missed opportunity for me. They came upstairs to introduce themselves and say hello. And it was in the middle of two main events. I got to say hello. I got to say thank you for coming out to my event. Thank you for being at the event. I hope you enjoy it. And I had to dismiss them because I had to get ready for the next event. There was no opportunity to sit down and discuss with them. There was no opportunity to close on a potential effort that could help our kids, that could help our program, because I was up doing the timing myself. So that right there made me make the decision that, you know what, let's invest. Let's do it the right way. Let's unoccupy my time in something like timing and reoccupy my time, which is to continue growing what SFL MiniGP is, to keep investing in our kids, And so my lapse timing system will provide that for us moving into 2025 and forward. So I'm very, very, very excited about the timing system. Very excited about the timing system.
That's awesome. And so people just go to My Laps and buy the transponder.
That's it. Go on to mylaps.com. You're going to search up the MyLaps bike transponder, and you're going to pick the one that is not self-powered. You're going to pick the one that's battery powered, and you're going to order your subscription. I suggest to just go ahead and get your 5-year subscription. It's the cheapest way, and you're locked in for 5 years. You don't have to worry about it again instead of doing it every single year. So the other benefit to that is now you've got one cost. You don't have any further cost at the tracks when you show up. There's no charge for you for us to put the lap timer into your timing system and time you. That's one less cost for a parent, a family member when they show up to the racetrack. That's something that they keep. It's their own. They can not only use it at SFL, they can use it at CCS, they can use it at WERA, they can use it at Pan Am, wherever they go race, except for Motor America. I think Motor America uses Westinghouse. But anywhere else you go race, you can use a MyLaps transponder. So it sets you up. It's another step closer to the big bike racing. It's another step closer to what you're going to continue doing as you progress in the sport. So now we're caught up. 2025 will be our first year doing it, and I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about it.
I'm super excited too. So people like me, I can just go down to Race Monitor app and watch it.
That's it. You'll go down to Race Monitor app on our weekend. It'll show SFL MiniGP race. It'll show SFL MiniGP Dev Day. You'll be able to see it by classes. You'll be able to go back in history, see what your lifetime was. We'll be able to keep records now. So we're going to be able to keep track records and time records for qualifying and races. And now we'll have a historical review of everything that gets done moving in 2025, which our system hasn't been able to do. So now we'll be able to do it. We've caught up with the times. We've caught up with technology. And now it's one less piece we need to worry about and makes our program that much more valuable.
Oh, 100%. That's huge news. Absolutely huge news. It's freaking awesome, man. 2025 is going to be like Kevin Rodeo. What's up, Kevin? He says, My Laps. Boom. That's right.
Kevin and I had a conversation too. I think Kevin and I talked about it 2 or 3 months ago where I was finally getting to the point where I wanted to invest. And Kevin was like, Mike, man, you got to do it. If you want to move in with the times, you got to do it. So Kev Dog was one of my soundboards when, do I need to do it? Do I have to do it? Can I keep going the way I'm going? And Kev was like, dude, just get it done. Just handle it. Move on. Your time is better spent somewhere else. So it's going to be a big deal. I love it.
100%. And then we have Build Race Party says, what's up, guys? What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys? How's it going?
And I don't want to mess up your name. Yamari. Okay.
Yamari.
He wants to know what the price is.
So I think it rounds, if you're going to do a yearly, I think it's $170 for the transponder and the yearly subscription, and then you're stuck doing that every year. Or you can do the 5-year, not worry about it for 5 years, and I think it's $400 for a 5-year subscription, including your lap timer. And then again, that's a lap timer that you'll be able to use at any one of the big tracks, Jennings, CCS, WERA, Pan Am, anywhere you go, you'll be able to use those same transponders.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Mason, you said, yeah, I just got my Laps TR2 yesterday.
That's the one, the MyLaps TR2. That's the one you're going to need right there.
Yeah, and then, of course, we got Curtis, which I had on the podcast. It was absolutely fun. Man, we was on there for almost 3 hours.
I know. I had to cut you guys off last night because my wife said, are you going to show us any kind of attention right now? Your dinner's waiting. So I finished listening to Curtis's podcast today while I was at work, and he did a really, really good job. So I'm very impressed with Curtis. And yes, I love Curtis very much. He's a major, major, major pain in my ass, but he's extremely lucky. I love Isaac, and that dude's a good dude, man. I know if I call Curtis at 2 a.m. and say, hey, we got to go do something, Curtis is going to get right up and handle it. So I appreciate Curtis. I know he's passionate. I know he's crazy, but I'll take that kind of gentleman over any other gentleman any day. So congrats to Curtis podcast last night.
100%, man. Yeah, it was fun. So you guys stay tuned for part 2 for sure. So he said that actually Moto America uses My Laps. Curtis did.
Then there you go. So done. So now you got the same transponder that you'll be able to use all the way through, and you don't have to worry about carrying my transponder and someone else's transponder. Now it's the same transponder all the way through. So very good.
Kevin actually has a suggestion. He says multiple bikes, multiple transponders.
I agree. It'll make timing a lot easier for everyone. If you're diligent enough, can you use one transponder? Sure, you can. But if you miss your transponder, you don't put it on your bike, you're not going to get scored. So it is something to think about and figure out how important that is to you. Absolutely.
Kevin also says, dads always forget to switch,
Oh,
right?
even today, even with our transponders, Mike, I missed your transponder. I'm like, well, I can't. You're lucky I can tell he's leading the race, because if he wasn't leading the race, he'd be going to the back of the pack. So I agree. Multiple transponders, multiple bikes make your life easier. It's a little bit more on the cost end, but I promise you, it'll make you feel a lot better come race time.
Absolutely. And he actually posted a link. So there you guys go.
Yeah, Kev
Mylaps.com.
Dog's on it, baby. Kev Dog's on it. Done.
Yep. Absolutely on it. I'll put it down below too as well. But yeah, man, dude, look, I'm so excited about the future in SFL Mini GP, right? And listen, I also want to say, dude, congratulations to Juju, man. He had a freaking amazing season. Absolutely. He gave me a lot of emotions. Of course, I talk about him all the time too. And I'm always wearing his hat. My wife's always like, are you ever going to stop wearing that hat? And I'm like, no, it's a good thing I got two of them, right? But yeah.
Exactly. No, he had a really good season, a really tough season. He did a lot of growing up. I was very impressed with how he was able to climb out a lot of those ashes and a lot of those headaches. John Cresswell's death hit him really, really hard. Thankfully, my wife was able to handle that end of it, because even myself personally, I couldn't handle that death and coach him through it. So it was a very difficult season. He went through a lot of challenges. To me, it was a championship season for him. Whether he finished fourth, second, third, to me, he was a champion last year. So I do applaud his efforts. I think 2025 is going to be a great year for him too. And I'll let you guys handle your podcast and make it about him when you guys talk to each other. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Bravo to him. Great 2024. Yeah. A lot of growing up, and he got his driver's license today. So if you drive in Florida, good luck.
It means watch out, right? Absolutely, man. So yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine being, well, I am a dad, but my son actually getting a driver's license and taking off by himself.
It'll come, dude. It'll come.
I know.
It'll come.
I know.
I know
it will.
The second announcement is our schedule. So I am 90% done with our schedule. I'm waiting for one more track to confirm dates for me, and I'm hoping to have the schedule out the week of Thanksgiving. So my buddy Rick Glover is already working on the graphics for the calendar. Again, we're entering our 10th season, so it is a big, big season for us. You're going to see a lot of 10th anniversary, 10th season. Kev Dog gave me permission to use as much gold as I wanted, so I'm going to use gold and I'm going to use stars, and it's going to be a big deal, man. 10 seasons is a big deal. So it's a great calendar. It's a great schedule. I'm hoping everybody gets excited about it, and I'm looking forward to 2025. It'll be a good season.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Me too. And then Chris, what is up, Chris? He says, any chance for Gainesville again?
You're gonna have to wait to find out. You're gonna have to wait for the schedule. I'll give you a hint. Yes. Moving on.
There you go. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, because there's a couple of dude, yeah, looking forward to the new calendar and any new tracks. Yeah, so absolutely. That's good stuff. Woohoo! That's right, JD. Yep. Absolutely. And then Curtis said OKC.
No, unfortunately, I haven't been able to square up a proper date and time for Orlando Camp Center. If I feel like running an event from 11 p.m. until 7 a.m. in the morning, then they would gladly give us the track, but they're not willing to give us the window that we need to run a proper event for a weekend. And I should lie. They are willing to give us my window, but I can't afford $25,000 for a weekend. So, unfortunately, OKC is not on the calendar.
Yeah, it's track rentals are retarded expensive. A night race would be cool though, wouldn't it?
Well, it's cool until you have 8-year-olds up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go out for their heat. And
yeah,
they're probably not going to be very happy about that. So,
no.
Yeah, OKC unfortunately still out the window. I've offered them to give me a date where they have an off season, and their response was, unfortunately, they don't have an off season. So Orlando Kart Center is located in the dead, heart of Orlando. They get a lot of Disney traffic. They get a lot of Universal traffic. That place is packed all the time, and just unfortunately, they're not willing to take a profit hit, which I get. They're a business, and I can't afford to cover that profit hit for them. So it's not working yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. We have conversations every year. It's just the opportunity hasn't arose yet.
So everybody needs to throw in. We need to come up with 25 grand so we can rent the track and make it happen, baby. Let's go. Right?
There's certain lines I'm not willing to cross because then guess what? You don't get to come back. So I gotta
Yeah.
hold strong to what we're able to afford so that we can keep this thing going. And just OKC right now is not part of that plan, unfortunately.
Awesome. Is there any tracks that you would love to get on the calendar?
I'd love to get Homestead, Miami on the calendar again, but they're another situation. They're owned by NASCAR, and their insurance requirements, unfortunately, are just way too high. So the track is rather cheap to rent. The problem is the insurance. I did manage to put Gainesville on the calendar this year, just kind of risking, right? I'm a risk taker, and if you don't take risks, well, you never really know. So I'm hoping when you guys see those dates on the calendar, you tell your friends, you tell your family, you tell everybody, hey, this is the race we got to go to if you guys want to keep going to Gainesville. So everybody loves Gainesville. Unfortunately, everybody doesn't come out to Gainesville. So that's the reason why I'm so sporadic about it. So when you see Gainesville on the calendar, make sure you guys highlight that date and you come out and you make it worthwhile, because if we start taking hits, unfortunately, it makes it hard to make the season complete.
Yeah. Is Gainesville like far away from you, like the furthest
So
track or
it's almost a 6 hour drive for me coming from South Florida. I know there isn't a lot of people driving from South Florida. It's in the middle of nowhere, so there isn't a lot of food. There isn't a lot of stuff there. There isn't power at the track. There isn't bathrooms at the track. So unless you've got a way to camp, it makes it difficult because now you're driving 30 minutes to the nearest hotel. It's not the easiest track to camp at, and it's not the easiest track to go to and actually enjoy for a weekend because it's so remote. And I personally think that's the reason why a lot of people don't like to go. It adds to the cost of the weekend, right? Because you got to find a hotel or you got to figure out how to camp, and it makes it difficult. But the facility is great. The Gainesville Raceway people are amazing. Their EMT staff is amazing. They are owned by the NHRA, so their insurance is a bit high, which throws our numbers and our budget out every year. But again, I'm a risk taker. I've had a lot of people asking about Gainesville, so I'm putting it on the calendar and I'm throwing it back at you guys. Say, hey, you asked me to do it. Now I'm asking you to show up. So
what are you guys waiting on? Let's go. I mean, yeah, I wish I was there. I'd freaking come. And I hate the fact that October got canceled because I was so looking forward to coming down there, hanging out
and
with you
I
guys.
love going to the Heron compound. I love seeing Mama and Zoe. I love the atmosphere that they create at that place is just phenomenal. We have our most fun events there, right? We have the inflatable costume race. We do the costume contest. We do the parent-child endurance race. It's a ton of fun. I don't have any time restraints there, so I can run the event how I want it, when I want it, however I want to do it. And it was just unfortunate that the hurricane hit at that time. It did impact some of our families, which thankfully they're all kind of coming out of it now. That hurricane was crazy. That hurricane was wild. And even in our neighborhood, we were 3 blocks away from almost a 300-yard wide tornado that came through. So we were very fortunate at home to not get destroyed by something like that. You can prepare for hurricanes, can't prepare for a tornado. And that was scary. So it was a smart decision on our part to cancel the event, let people concentrate on their homes and concentrate on making sure their family was safe. And racing always comes second.
Absolutely. Family's first and foremost, the most important thing. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm just glad everybody was okay. I was texting everybody and calling. It was just
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for the big announcement. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Yes.
We're 24 minutes in. All right, so today, November 15th, is National Philanthropy Day. Philanthropy is, for simpler terms, is a type of gift that kind of aims to create solace or to create organization to help your local community, to help those that need help in your community, in your neighborhood, in your sport. Um, I can't say I did this alone because I did not do this alone. So major, major, major shout out to Carrie Amico, Eddie Casiola, and Chris Glandon. Those three individuals coached me, gave me the contacts to be able to create our nonprofit 501(c) organization. So SFL Mini GP is now funded and powered by Mini Superbikes USA. Mini Superbikes USA is a nonprofit organization that's targeted at the education, the promotion, and the advancement of children and riders through the different channels and pathways to achieve their dreams. Whether your child is on the path to MotoGP, on the path to Moto America, has a disablement, has a mental disability, has a handicap, Mini Superbikes USA is there to fund their way to a sport that they love, that they admire, and they want to achieve in. And it's a massive, massive, massive accomplishment. I'm going to venture out to say that none of the mini organizations around the country are a nonprofit organization. AMA is a nonprofit organization. And at this point, we now have the means and the methods to not only provide a tax deductible way for large corporations, large companies, large donors to invest in a sport that they love and dream. It's another excuse. Everybody says motorsports are expensive, racing is expensive, motorcycling is expensive. Well, if it's in your heart and you've got the funds, you've got the means, you've got the company, and you need to write off some of that tax money, now you've got a proper government approved way of investing in Mini GP for the funds to go to Mini GP and Mini GP racers and advance them through the channels of motorcycle racing industry.
That is huge.
Massive.
Proper so, mega, right? Mega.
You're building a community, you're investing in your community, you're investing in the sport that you love, and we're able to now use those funds and grow the community, grow our racers, and help out those families that are so far invested in the sport, and now give them an extra nudge.
I love it, dude. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Long time. It's been a long time coming. I think we've been talking about this for almost a year and a half now. And as of October 25th, we are now recognized by the government as a nonprofit 501(c) corporation. So Mini Superbikes USA is now the organization that you can look up to and do your donations. We're going to do tons of fundraising. We're going to connect with local sports and adjunct type of companies and fundraisers and donations to be able to get the word out and start using some of that ball sport money, bring it over to motorsports and start feeding into our own community and growing our own community.
I freaking love it, dude. That is
nothing
huge.
more work for me.
Right. But man, I mean, and I, just like JD says, how can we help promote this?
So I'm going to start sharing the information. I wanted to get it out through you, Chris, obviously as a massive supporter and as a podcast that always shows us a lot of love. So this is the initial shout out. We already have an Instagram. We already have a Facebook. So head on over to Mini SBK USA on your social media. Start giving them a follow. As I start putting fundraisers together, as I start putting meets together, as I start doing donation runs together, you guys will be able to share those. And the biggest thing is share it. You never know who in your community, who in your circle is looking for a way to write off some of that tax money, do some donation that they want to do to something they believe in. And it's going to be, it's taking the SFL MiniGP community 10 seasons or more to figure out we even exist. And I still have conversations with people that have no idea MiniGP exists. It's going to take 2, 3, 4 times that amount of work to make Mini SBK USA grow to where it gets to the right people that have the means and the methods of helping us grow. So at the end of the day, my 1-year plan is to first is upgrade our timing system, that MyLab. So those first initial funds that come in are for the MyLab system, upgrade our rental package so we have more rentals. Every race weekend we run out of rentals. We need more rentals. So I want to upgrade our rental package. That's our 1-year plan. Our 5-year plan is start figuring out how we can rent racetracks to be able to hold academies. So between now and a 5-year plan, there will be a Mini GP Academy here in South Florida. And between now and my 10-year plan, if I can get it to that point, is I want to own a track. I want to own a track. I want to build an academy. I want this to be the place when winter happens that everyone comes down to get faster. And at the end of the day, that's my 1-year, 5-year, 10-year plan for Mini SBK USA. That's where we're going to. That's the whole idea. Spread the word like wildfire. We need people to help in order for this to happen. Everyone says they want to do it. Here's your opportunity to do it.
Yeah, let's make it happen. I already know I'm gonna donate 110%, so there's no question on that. Uh man, Kevin says Carrera is a damn savage, and he can even pull off wearing a salmon shirt.
I am, baby. Real men wear pink. That's
That's
it.
right.
Real men wear pink.
Dude, I love everybody knows I love pink. So yeah, absolutely. It says Curtis says congrats, this is epic. Alex says this is awesome. And then Eli Colby says this is an unreal accomplishment. Congrats, Mike, and all involved. This is what our sports needs. Absolutely. And then Philip, what's going on, Philip? Let's go. You get it, Michael Correa. Yeah, absolutely, man. This is huge.
Yeah, dude.
Huge.
I'm excited. I'm probably just excited about our timing system as I am about this nonprofit. However, the nonprofit is big, man. It hasn't been done yet, and it's a great opportunity to help our sport continue to grow. And if we can get families involved and we can get some of these kids the financial help that they need to continue going racing, that whole theory of, oh, I didn't make it over that rider because I didn't have the funds. My goal is to make that excuse go away. That excuse will no longer happen. It'll now be based on rider talent. And if I can help it, this is my way of helping it. Those riders with the talent over the funds, you will not go away on a cloudy day. We will make sure that sun shines on you. And this is the way to do it.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So where can people go and
So
start?
Mini SBK USA, we're working on a website now, and our Instagram and our Facebook is currently up. So head on over, give that a follow, give that a share. Let's start getting that rolling. I'm probably going to need a couple more weeks for the website to get up. I'm working on the financial avenues. So come December, I believe is the current goal right now to be able to start accepting donations. So that whole financial institution is getting built as we go. It takes time, right? It takes time. It's not something I'm planning on happening 100% right out of the way. But if we start 5% here, 5% here, 5% here, we'll get there. I'll keep announcing, I'll keep sharing, I'll keep posting as the fundraisers and everything and all the different fundraiser runs start happening. I'll start getting that across, and I'll leave it up to you guys to share it and make it grow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll start sharing it and talking about it on every one of my podcasts, including the one I have coming up tonight. So absolutely. Let's go, Michael. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. 2025 is going to be the
No,
best
it's
year.
season. I'm excited. Again, I couldn't do this without, my wife in the background letting me run like a crazy man and get this stuff done. Our support team, our volunteer team, a lot of the people that step in and coach me through a lot of this stuff, man. I don't do it alone. I know I'm the face. I know the beard looks good on camera, but I definitely don't do this alone. I can't say I do this alone. I have a really, really strong team behind me. And thank you again, Chris. I know you guys shout us out a ton, and I felt you deserved this announcement more than anybody else. So kudos to you. You're the hardest working man in the podcast industry right now, and I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Oh man, I appreciate you. And when you reached out to me, man, I was lost for words. I really was. I was looking at like my phone. I was like, let's I love him. Let's go. Right. Like it's totally unexpected, man. I just listen. I love you guys. I believe in what you guys do. And I want to help you guys grow. Right. And by me just talking about you all the time and pointing people in your direction is, yeah, man, I love it. So let's go. That's my way of giving back. And I'll make a trip down there so we can hang out and I can get beat by all the kids and have a lot of laughs and cook some good food.
We'll be waiting for you. And if you bring your boy down, I'll make sure I get some extra clutch levers for me too.
Listen, Jules will come. I'm also going to bring Rossi, but yes, we'll have to order at least 5 clutch levers for. That's a good one, Mike. Oh my God!
But hey, those of you out there in social media world, happy National Philanthropy Day. You can now become a philanthropist, and you've now got a fundraiser, a donation, a company that you can believe in and you can trust in and grow the sport that you love. So, Mini SBK USA, Instagram, Facebook, get that stuff growing. Our calendar, my goal is to get it out week of Thanksgiving. And those of you that are in our paddock, start ordering your MyLapse transponders, get them home, get them ready to go. We'll start that in February. So thank you again, everyone, for listening. Chris, thank you as always for giving me the platform, buddy. I appreciate you. I'm going to go take this hot clothes off. I'm going to go smoke a cigar and have a whiskey, and I'm going to celebrate this amazing accomplishment that we're starting, right? We're starting this pathway. We're starting this walkway. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be great. I really do, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I want to be sitting on this podcast and saying, hey, we shine the light on this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid, and look at where they are today. So that is the plan. That is the goal. And I'm sticking by it.
And we will make it happen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for sticking around. Sorry we were late. I hope your guys' weekend is as proper mega as you are. And listen, Mike, thank you for it, dude. Absolute, the honor's on mine. You always have a spot on Pin to Gas. You are a member of Pin to Gas. You and everybody in your family too as well. What you already know. So yeah. Dude, listen, I appreciate it. Nothing but love for you and everybody else, man. So let's go. People, listen, you heard what the man said. Mini SBK USA. Go hit him up on those socials. Start sharing the you know what out of it. Let's make it happen. 2025 SFL Mini.
Let's do it. Later, everybody. See you at the
Let's
track.
go. See you guys. All right, let me end this.